This is a living cartoon. Tonight, you will see and hear comedy lines created for this and other living cartoons on Laugh Line. Laugh Line is brought to you by Dristan and Anison.
Anison, with pain relievers most doctors recommend. Anison for fast relief of headache, neuritis, neuralgia pain.
And here is your host and cartoon interlocutor, Dick Van Dyke.
Good evening, and welcome to Laugh Line, a brand new television game of living cartoons suggested by our audience with captions created right here on the spot by our team of panelists, who I'd like you to meet right now. And first of all, we welcome guest panelist Louis Nye. And next over there we have Miss Dorothy Loudon, our regular panelist. And next we have Mike Nichols. And the other half of the team, Miss Elaine May. And that's our panel there. We were holding the applause when we got to the end. That's why we did that. Now this down here is our Laugh Line meter. And when you laugh, this will tell us how much you here in the studio tell us how much you're laughing. A top laugh's worth $25, and we'll explain a little bit more about the game as we go along. But right now, let's pull back the curtain and see our first living cartoon. There it is. And this cartoon was sent to us by Mrs. Bill Roberts of Terre Haute, Indiana. And this is the interior of a Roman house in the days of Brutus and all that gang. Now, these three characters are evidently a Roman lord. And then kind of sitting on his lap there is a beautiful slave girl. And then over here is his wife. And here is the punchline that Mrs. Roberts of Terre Haute, Indiana suggests. The wife is saying to the husband, "If you don't mind, Cassius, I'd like the slave girl to help me with the dishes." All right, panel, while you're thinking about laugh lines for a few minutes, we'll go on with this message for sufferers from acid indigestion or heartburn. Now, watch this.
When your stomach's on fire with burning acid of indigestion, gastric distress, heartburn, you need Bicidol mints. Bicidol mints put out the fire fast, within minutes. Bicidol coats stomach lining to help protect it from flare-ups of burning acid. You get fast 5-way relief, amazing speed, settles stomach upsets, cleans breath, longer lasting than baking soda, lets you sleep. Mints or powder, Bicidol puts out the fire and coats stomach lining to help protect it.
All right, that's it, panel. We're going to see how much you can win for Mrs. Roberts now. You'll have 5 minutes to create laugh lines for this cartoon. Remember that you can leave the actors as they are, change their positions or their emotions, if you like, to fit the laugh line that you have in mind. Now, once around the panel, and then whatever time we have left, of course, will be free for all. And when you're ready with your laugh line, don't forget to push your bell. All right, we'll start off with our guest panelist, Louis Nye.
I'm first?
You're
Well, what I'd like to do right away is get the whole cast to go back to the dressing room and get into bathing suits. Because
it's a good suggestion. It's a little outside the game, Louis. You have to use what's there.
All right, fine. What I would like to do, and it's a terrible thing to say, to break up that little combo there and have the Roman gentleman look and place himself like he just came in. And this is, and would the tall, lovely lady stand up? Hi, Louis Nye's the name. Well, anyway, I mean, let's not do these silly things. And the slave girl face the gentleman, and the hands go up. The girls are greeting this wonderful man who just came back from a heavy day at the Forum. And they say, "Hi ho, Caesarino."
Very good. And you got a good punchline and a plug in there. And that's a $20 laugh line. Congratulations to you, Louis Nye. And now we move on down to Miss Dorothy Loudon.
Would the little man, get back on that long thing again, that chaise thing that nobody can pronounce? And that's right. And the slave girl sit down again and pick up the grapes, just practically the way it was when we first saw it. Oh, that's good. Now hold up the grapes kind of high. Now the man, grab a goblet there, or something that's on the table, and really be living it up, you know. Except you're not smiling, Roman man. You're looking up at the woman in the apron, and you put your hand on your hips, woman in the apron, and you're mad, and you got your mouth wide open because you're mad, and you're saying, "Well, there isn't any tartar sauce, so shut up about it."
Very good, Dorothy Loudon. That's $15 for Mrs. Roberts you've earned, and now we put to work Mr. Mike Nichols.
Can you get a really bacchanalian look, like that happy look that you had? And will the girl with the kerchief on her head also pick up a goblet, please? And everybody look just wild, please. That's it. That's very good. Now, will the girl in the kerchief who is stay exactly the way you are, only put your left hand to your face as if you're holding a telephone. And still keep the wild, happy look. And it's your line, and you say, "Good afternoon, Playboy magazine."
Hey, it's a jackpot, Mike. That's $25 you've just earned from Mrs. Roberts with that laugh line. And finally, we go down to Miss Elaine May.
Will the young lady in violet rise, stand up? And will the lady with the turban on her head be dusting the table, dusting the base of the table on her knees? And will you look very depressed, little man, the man on the thing, very depressed, and be looking at the lady in violet who is looking at you? And she's saying, "Of course you made a fool of yourself. Everyone is running around in a panic. The entire city is in flames, and you're standing on a hill like a schnook fiddling."
Very good. And that is $25. Once again, a jackpot, Elaine May. Hits for Mrs. Roberts. Well, that's once around the panel. We have a little free time, so let's have a free for all time. Anyone got another laugh line? Hands up. And Dorothy Loudon was first there.
Could everybody just stop lying down? That's down. Everybody get up. Everybody up. Now you stand on the chaise. The little Roman, stand up and throw your arms in the air like you're having a marvelous time, and smile and throw one foot up. one foot up in the air. You know. Now,
Lovely.
Slave girl, throw your arms up in the air. Not anyway, not toward him. Don't pay any attention to each other, and throw your foot up in the air too. And that's it. That's marvelous. Now, the little girl on the end, you get wild, and you're carrying on. And anybody is saying, "Put some fun in your life. Try dancing."
That's $15 more in free for all time. You just earned for Miss Roberts, and that's the warning buzzer. We have time for just one more. And Louis, you had your hand up.
All right. The slave girl, will everybody be at ease? Thank you. Will the man, the Roman gentleman, resume his first position on the chaise longue? And now the girl is the slave girl is whispering in the gentleman's ear, and the lady's wife is whispering to the slave girl's ear. And she says, "Look, dear, you want to get out of this chicken outfit?"
And just as we go out of time here, we have $25 racked up there.
What?
Louis Nye for Miss Roberts, which means that you've won for Mrs. Bill Roberts of Terre Haute, Indiana, a total of $125. Congratulations. Somebody laughed right in the microphone that time. Sit down, everyone. Right now, for sufferers of sinus congestion and cold's misery, here is a word from Dristan. Watch.
Oh, this miserable cold and my sinuses.
Haven't you heard about Dristan?
Dristan decongestant tablets. New medical achievement which helps drain all 8 sinus cavities, critical areas of cold's infection.
Dristan is the exclusive 3-layer tablet which for the first time makes it possible to unite certain medically proven ingredients into one fast-acting, uncoated tablet. Dristan contains a decongestant to shrink swollen membranes, pain relievers to ease body aches, reduce fever, vitamin C to help build body resistance. This is Dristan. When you take Dristan, here's what happens. Circulating through the blood, Dristan reaches all congested areas. Dristan starts to work in minutes, shrinks swollen membranes, promotes sinus drainage, thus relieves pressure. Now, real relief from sinus congestion and cold's misery. Remember, there's nothing like Dristan decongestant tablets.
All right, panel, we'll pull back the curtain and go now to our second living cartoon. Very good. This one was suggested by Mr. Robert Benjamin of Summerfield, New Jersey. We find ourselves here in the middle of a selection being played by a symphony orchestra, and your primary concern here is with the conductor and the violin section there. And here is Mr. Benjamin's caption. The violinist in the middle is saying to the one on his left, "Nice catch, Herman." All right, panel, right now here is a little thinking time for you to think of some captions. But right now, how about you out there watching Laugh Line at home?
Yes, you. You are invited to submit original ideas for use on this program. Just dream up a funny situation. Describe the setting, the characters, and how you want them to look. And of course, your suggestion for a laugh line. And then send it in to Laugh Line, Post Office Box 549, New York 19, New York. None of the submissions can be acknowledged or returned. Any and all such submissions become the property of the producers who have the final decision on selection of material. In case of duplication, priority shall govern. We will notify you if your cartoon is selected. And of course, all material used will be paid for in accordance with the rules of the program.
Now, aren't you glad you're watching? Okay, panel. You'll have 5 minutes once again to create laugh lines for Mr. Benjamin's cartoon. We'll start off this time with you, Dorothy Loudon.
Would everybody stand up, please, and lean together, and you're playing your violins. And you all lean together, and you're open wide. Everybody singing, not singing wide. That's right. And they're singing, sleigh bells ring and children sing, it's back to Robert Hall again.
And that's the costuming for the evening. That was $25, Dorothy Loudon. For Mr. Benjamin, you've earned already, and we pass now to Mike Nichols.
Will you sit down again, please? And put down your violins. And will the man in the middle please bow his head, and not too far so we can still see a defiant expression on his face. And will the conductor be pointing at him and looking very angry. And the conductor is speaking, open his mouth up, he's speaking a little, and he says, "And I say we don't start the andante until Pignatelli apologizes for calling Beethoven a fink."
That's $20 you've earned on top of the other $25 for Mr. Benjamin. And now we go on to Elaine May.
Will the conductor just relax? And will everybody pick up their violins and just hold them in their lap? They're not playing them, they're just holding them. Will the gentleman on the end stand up, holding the violin in his downstage hand and the bow in his downstage hand? And will you be pointing at the conductor with your upstage hand accusingly, and the conductor, you're looking at him, and you are saying to him, "If you can say to me, a man who has played with such all-time greats as Ted Strater, Meyer Davis, Vincent Lopez, and Blue Baron, that my foxtrots are not schmaltzy enough for the Arthur Murray party, then all I can say to you is that you have sold out, Emil Coleman."
You should get a prize for the longest caption you have yet. Elaine, that's $20 you've just heard from Mrs.
I had to
Benjamin.
leave out Sheffield's and Wayne King.
Sheffield's and Wayne King are out.
Yeah.
There was another $5 probably. All right, we come back to our guest panelist now, Louis Nye.
All right. Would the gentlemen of the orchestra get back into their original position? And would the maestro be kind enough to exit? Thank you, sir. And the man with a lot of hair, the man in the middle, looks as if he's talking to the man on his left. And he says, gee, I don't know. If the maestro sees this, he'll flip. He doesn't dig Spike Jones.
And you racked up another $15 for Mr. Benjamin. That's once around the panel. And now let's have free-for-all. Hands on another line, and there's Mike Nichols.
Can we have the conductor back, please? And take your bow again. A violinist in the middle. Will the conductor turn to face the orchestra with his back mostly towards us, please? More even. And lift your arms way, way high. Higher, higher. Just that's it. And the conductor, the violinist in the middle is laughing hysterically and looking at the conductor. And will he turn to look at the violinist on his left and the one on the left look at him and all? And it's the laughing one's line, and he says, I can't help it. He thinks he's Leonard Bernstein. All I can see every time he gets Olympian is his navel.
And that's $20. Mike Nichols, that you've heard from Mr. Benjamin, and Dorothy Loudon, you ever?
Oh, goody. We'll make it fast. If we, I hope it's going to be funny. I'm sick. Is there anybody in that group that can get on the floor and easier than, I guess the man on the end would be easier for you. Just sort of lie down, can you please, on the floor. Yeah. Now put your feet up in the air in any kind of pose, artistic and play. That's very good. And now would the conductor turn around and look down at him very disdainfully? Only you're still conducting, see, but you're looking at him disdainfully. Disdainfully. That's disdainful. And then you say, I can't get it out. You say, well, you knock it off, buddy. The Lawrence Welk auditions are down the hall.
Yeah, that was a $25 free-for-all that you just gave us there, Dorothy. And there's the warning buzzer, which means we have time for one more. Any hands on that? Anywhere?
Do we have
Louis, go ahead.
The men with the violin stand up and drop their violins and just use their bows and put them in a position as if they're shooting something like that. That's right. And the caption is this the way Hiawatha started?
And that's all the time we have, panel. You won for Mr. Robert Benjamin of Somerdale, New Jersey, $140. And that's a record so far. Congratulations. All right now here is an important statement for sufferers of arthritis or rheumatism. Here it is.
What do doctors know about the temporary relief of minor pains of arthritis and rheumatism?
Doctors know that Anacin tablets bring fast relief, hours of relief from pain. Here's why. When these discomforts of arthritis or rheumatism strike, look, pain develops. You feel slowed down, depressed. Muscles around joints stiffen, nerves grow tense. Now, aspirin has only one analgesic ingredient. Add buffering, you still get only one. But Anacin is like a doctor's prescription. That is, a combination of ingredients to 1, relieve pain. 2, help overcome that depressed feeling. 3, help relax stiff muscles, calm jittery nerves. You get fast relief that lasts for hours. And Anacin does not upset your stomach. So when these discomforts of arthritis, rheumatism strike, remember, aspirin, even aspirin with buffering, has only one analgesic. Get more effective relief with Anacin. Take Anacin for fast relief, relief that lasts for hours.
You get Anacin, and you'll get really fast relief. All right, you ready, panel? We're going to pull back the curtain and look at our third living cartoon. This one was suggested to us by Mr. Emmett Derrick of Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. And here we have two couples out on a date in the old jalopy. And it looks like we're having some trouble because the girls seem to be fisting something there. And here is Mr. Derrick's line. He says one girl is saying to the other, "What do you mean it doesn't make sense for us to change the tire? You want them pepped up or pooped out?" And that's the line there. We'll give you about 15 seconds. We're going to cut down, and in that time, we're going to say to our friends there at home,
if you would like to see Laugh Line in person, let us know what dates you plan to be in New York and how many tickets you need. Write to NBC Ticket Division, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York 20, New York.
Thank you, Tom. Ready? Okay, you have 5 minutes once again, panel, to create laugh lines for this cartoon, and we'll start this time with you, Mike Nichols.
Well, I have to know something. Is it possible to sit inside the car? Not
Yes.
if it is.
I think it is. I think it is, Mike.
Can everybody get in the car, please? Sorry to do it to you. Oh, wow, look.
Engine block.
Will the couple in the front seat please kiss passionately? Very good. And will the gentleman in the back seat kind of hang his head out the window? And he's just terribly miserable. He's just looking down. He wants to die. That's right. Maybe bring your arm up and lean on it. That's very good. And the girl in the back seat has a very vivacious expression on her face, and she's saying, now, does anybody know any of the really old songs?
Very good. $25 worth to start off with that time, Mike Nichols, and now we go to Elaine May.
Will the couple in the back seat please kiss passionately? And will the couple in the front, will the man in the front seat keep the pose, both of you, but just raise your head a little bit? And you're saying to the girl, look, baby, it's 9:45 now. In 15 minutes, if we still don't like it, we can stop horsing around and go watch What's My Line.
And that's another $20, Elaine May. And we come down to guest panelist Louis Nye.
Well, sir, I'm sorry to break that lovely thing up because it's so American and nourishing and good for everybody. But I would rather have, hello there, I would rather have the blonde girl please step out and go back to your original position of fixing the car, and with the other couple in the front, will they stop their romance? Thank you very much. And that's right. Now the man that's driving the car turns around and includes the two people in front, and he's saying to them, yes, Fred, she's a wonderful girl. She's just like dear old Mom, a garage mechanic.
Very good, and that is $15 more we've earned already on this one. Thank you, Louis Nye, and now we come finally down to Dorothy Loudon.
Would the girl, you remain the way you are. The little girl in the front, would you get out of the car too, please? And come around to the front. And you pick up that, I don't know what that is. It makes the car go up in the air, that thing. Yeah. Yeah. And you're looking at her, see. And your mouth is open and you're mad because you're stuck with this thing, you know. And she's saying to the other girl, oh, nothing works here. Where do you think he got it? In the yellow pages.
And that ends up once around the panel with $15 more. And that is once around the panel. We have a little free-for-all time. Does anybody have another stinger? Mike Nichols has one.
Let's see. Will the girl in the red jacket get in the front seat, and will the other girl please lie in front of the car? No, That's right, like in front of the wheels, as it were. I'm so sorry to do this to you. But can you give the impression of being right in front of the car? And will the other gentleman please get out of the car?
I hope those are prop clothes.
And will the couple in the car please look as if they're about to drive off? They're wonderful. I shouldn't really risk a line. And the gentleman standing by the car, it's his line, and he's saying, "Now, Ethel, maybe the Culberts really do have to get home."
That's a classic, and it's worth $25, as it should be. That's the warning buzzer right now. So let's have one more. We have time for one more. Louis Nye.
The lovely blonde girl, would you please get up now? Revive yourself. Thank you. And the gentleman get back in the car. And the blonde lady, please put the, that hoop, what do you call it around your body? The inner tube. I don't drive. That's right. Now, assume, get over here a little bit, please, dear, so everybody can see you and see the other people. That's right. Now, assume a wild look in your eye like you're enjoying this. You're dancing, and it's just wonderful. And the driver of the car turns to his friends, and he says, "Fred, we've been married for 12 years. Now she wants to go into show business."
Very good, Louis. That's $15 more, which brings us to the close of our third living cartoon. It means for Mr. Emmett Derrick of Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, you have won $115. Congratulations to you. And right now, what do you have for us, Tom Reddy?
If you suffer from pain of corns and calluses, here's wonderful news for you.
Now remove aching corns or calluses in days. Just drop on Free Zone, lift off corns. The moment you drop on Free Zone, it works instantly to relieve the pain. Continued as directed, Free Zone's medication loosens the corn itself. So in a few days, you can lift it off safely, painlessly.
No more dangerous cutting or bulky disfiguring corn plasters for aching corns or calluses.
Drop on Free Zone, lift off corns. Get liquid Free Zone.
Well, I hate to say it, but we're out of time, panel. I don't want to stop, but we have to stop. And before we go any further, and before we go, let's have a curtain call for that great stock company of ours back here. So right now, this is Dick Van Dyke speaking for himself, for our stock company, and our delightful panel. Guest panelist Louis Nye. Thank you, Louis, very much. It's great. And our regular panelist, Dorothy Loudon. And there we have Mike Nichols. And Elaine May, who opened Monday, incidentally, at the Latin Casino in Philadelphia. Do you not? So good luck there, kids, and we invite you to be with us again next week, and we'll have new living cartoons. We hope we'll stump our panel, or put them at least to the test, that you'll enjoy. In the meantime, thank you very much for your laughter and your smiles on Laugh Line. Good night.
Laugh Line has been brought to you by Anacin and Dristan Decongestant Tablets.
The new exclusive 3-layer tablet discovery that brings really effective relief from sinus congestion and misery of colds and hay fever. Dristan.
Stay tuned for the Tennessee Ernie Ford Show next on most of these NBC stations. Laugh Line is a feature of SRO Productions Incorporated.